NXT kicked off tonight with a tag team match with Tatum Paxley and Lizzie Rain taking on the team of Nikita Lyons and Zarya. So just like Zarya did to her former tag team partner, Sol Ruka, she turned on Nikita in this match, and it led to Lizzie Dame pinning Nikita for the win. I'll be honest, I'm surprised Nikita Lyons still has a job at this point, but they're setting up now Tatum Paxley to defend her championship against Lizzie Dame. That's the NXT Women's North American Championship. So after that, we had Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair talking in the locker room, and they're starting to tease some dissension between the two of them before Lola Vice walked in, and now they're teasing a match with Lola and Kendall. They go at each other, they argue, and then Lola, I have to say this, she must have gotten some work done because she definitely looks like she's been enhanced in the chest area, if you know what I mean. Lindsay Dorado was out next. Of course, he was going to get his ass kicked. And then you had Evil, now Naraku, that's his name, Naraku, making his entrance. I call him Mr. Io Sky, the lucky son of a bitch. I love Io's, this bastard, this evil bastard Naraku. He took on Lindsay Dorado. Maybe we can call him the Magnificent Naraku, like the Magnificent Morocco in 1980s wrestling. That's what it kind of reminded me of. Naraku, Morocco, I don't know. Anyway, match went on too long. Of course, we all know who won. Naraku, he got it here. You know, I guess with Evil, he was best known in New Japan when he had the House of Torture, which was like a stable. I wonder if they'll ever do the House of Torture in NXT, like a new version with different members. EK Prosper, have to get used to that, was backstage. Sean Legacy and Tate Wilder. And bad acting here by all of them, not a fan. And then the DVD guy from like Belgium, he walked in. I don't know what else to say here, not much. Birthright was out next, and then we, after the break, went to a Natalya interview. She's Natalya now. Like, she's not Natty anymore. The Natty gimmick is dead. But she's technically Natty. She has the hairdo and the look, but she's back to being Natalya. It was an interview on LFG before it was interrupted by Miss Parker, Jada Parker, who wants to talk after what Natalya said to her in the locker room. I don't think Natalya did anything to like really antagonize her, but I guess Jada took it the wrong way and they start arguing. I guess that's a match for Jada. She'll beat Natalya, I assume. Maybe they'll even have an NXT Underground match. I'm not sure. So you had Birthright against EK Prosper, Tate Wilder, and Sean Legacy. So Tate refused to tag in his partners, leading to him getting pinned. The whole thing is Tate Wilder being selfish, not looking out for the team. In some ways, he's like a young Shawn Michaels. Maybe that's what the Booker sees in him. I don't know, but definitely they're pushing Sean Legacy and EK Prosper to be pissed off at Tate Wilder, who just came off like as an asshole babyface in this match. So Tatum Pax and Lizzie Dame are happy after the win, and then Shyla Hill appears. Then Tristan Angels walked in, of course, doing his best Jimmy Savile impression. I'm not sure about this gimmick, but I guess they're setting up now with Shyla Hill and Tristan Angels. I don't really know much what to really think about that. We had a Mason Rook video promo. Yes, Mr. Mason Rook. I mean, they're coming up with a chant already. I'm sure they started it in the UK. He's big, he's bad, he'll body slam your dad. That is such something that the UK fans would start to chant. That is not like an NXT American like type of chant. That's definitely a UK type of chant, I would think. So, like the guys, I don't know. I mean, like I'll talk about it later. We had the culling video promo with Izzy Dame. The other two guys, I mean, Izzy doesn't really fit this gimmick. I've always thought she was like this really good looking blonde chick who's tall. I never saw her as like this gothic character with Sean Spears and Nico Vance. And then after that, you had Robert Stone. He was in the ring to announce the Mass Transit, back from the dead. He passed away tragically, the Mass Transit, over 25 years ago now, I believe, close to that. Back from the dead. The Mass Transit returns. Paul Heyman was shaking in his boots. He's going to get a lawsuit pressed against him, filed against him, after what New Jack did. Maybe New Jack will rise from the grave too. We'll get a zombie New Jack versus the zombie Mass Transit. I don't know, but Look, the old school Full Sail crowds would have like chanted Mass Transit at Mason Rook. He was interrupted by Tony D'Angelo, and then Cam Hendricks attacked him before Rook took everyone out with the moonsaults. I don't know. People like this guy. John Cena loves this guy. I don't know why. It just seems like something. John Cena, like, there's times where I just feel that he's so disingenuous. Where he's like over complimentary, and it's to the point where like he's going out of his way to praise people who are different from him to make himself like look good or something. I don't know. But like, come on, John. This is who you like? Look at him. He's twice the size of Kevin Owens. Like, this guy's nothing. Like, what the fuck? Oh, he is something. I mean, he's definitely big enough to be something. He's multiple things, probably into one. But seriously, come on. This guy, like, he's morbidly obese, Mason Rook. Anyway, we got some stupid Noam Dar segment. Then you had Emily Agard interviewing OTM at their poolside barbecue. All I thought was, wow, Emily is hot. She is a very good-looking woman. And she's actually the third Canadian female broadcaster to join WWE. First, it was Renee Young, formerly Renee Paquette. Then, of course, my favorite, Jackie Redmond. Well, Jackie and Kathy are my two favorites. I love them both. But Jackie Redmond. And now you have Emily Agard. I'm not familiar with her. I'm not too sure about her background, what she is, her ethnicity. Almost looks a little Middle Eastern to me. I don't know, but very hot, Emily Agard. Wow, like she is stunningly beautiful. She really pops out of the screen how good looking she is. And I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with her. I'm not sure if she comes from Sports Center or TSN here in Canada. One of the two of them. Sportsnet 360, that's formerly The Score. That's where, Renee Paquette, I first discovered her alongside Jimmy Corderas and a couple other people. Nug, I think that was his name. They would do like a post show for SmackDown and for Raw, I believe. This was years ago. I forget what day it actually was. I think it was back when SmackDown would air like on Wednesdays in Canada. So this is going back a long time. I used to watch that show every week. I really liked it. I really liked all the people on there. I thought Jimmy was very good. I really liked Renee, and then of course Renee got signed in 2013 to WWE. That would mean like I was watching like close to 2012. I used to watch a show. So later, Renee, after she was gone, was replaced with Jackie Redmond, the beautiful Jackie Redmond. I've followed Jackie for years. I've known who she was. She used to love Roman Reigns. I remember that. She really liked Seth Rollins. Huge fan of The Shield. Jackie was. I used to watch Jackie Redmond when she was a lot younger. So I've been familiar with her for a very long time. Always been a big Jackie Redmond fan. Really happy to see her have the success in WWE. But, Emily, I stopped watching years ago sports, so I'm not sure if she's sports or if she's TSN. I don't know exactly, but she's there. So another Canadian female broadcaster. First two were very successful. Renee was successful. Jackie's very successful. So hopefully Emily works out. As I said, she's very attractive, I have to say. And the interview was okay. They're trying to. I don't see anything with OTM. I don't want to be too mean, but I'm surprised these guys weren't let go during the mass releases. I really don't see much with OTM, but hopefully it works out for them. Vanity Project was out next, and then you had Jackson Drake and Noam Dar. Jackson Drake, of course, got the win. Lights go out. Darkstay appears. We went to a break. Miles Bourne was talking to Tavion Heights backstage about a tag team match. He's going to team with Tony D'Angelo, and Tavion was upset about that. Dark State was in the ring, and it leads to a brawl with the Vanity Project until they clear the ring of them. Dark State sucks. This segment sucked. Backstage, Naraku thanks Robert Stone before he talks to the Cam guy. I think that's Maxine Dupree's husband, if I'm not mistaken. And Mr. Rook, the Mass Transit Rook. And then Tate Wilder walked into and then after the other two left, and then Keanu Carter walked in and leads a match with Tate and Keanu next week. Don't give a shit. We see Kalani Jordan heading to the ring as Izzy Dame stared her down backstage. They preview next week's show, and Kalani Jordan was in the ring by now. Backstage, Blake Howard interviewed Callie Armstrong. Not a good promo by her at all, I have to say. And then we see Kalani Jordan and Ren Sinclair walk by her. And Callie was saying she's beating everyone, and Kendall said, "You haven't beaten me yet." And then Kendall Gray made her entrance with Ren Sinclair, and we got our main events. Kendall Gray versus Kalani Jordan. Very good matchup, I have to say. I was really enjoying it. Kendall has so much potential. Kalani looked good here, too. There was a great power bomb. My favorite spot in the match, I think, is when Kendall just pulled off this tremendous-looking power slam. Kendall is something. I was really into it. Kalani survives an ankle lock, and then they brawled to the backstage, actually. Izzy Dame and Lola Vice started fighting in the back when Izzy had jumped her. Then they brawled to ringside, and then what happens is Ren Sinclair, who's on crutches, her knee got rolled over by Izzy and Lola fighting, and that distracts Kendall, who is really concerned about her best friend, and then that allows Kalani to take advantage. She hits a split-legged moonsault on Kendall Gray, and Kalani Jordan pins Kendall Gray to win the match. And big win for Kalani. I guess she should face Lola next. But the big focus here is Kendall and Lola, and then Izzy and Lola. So Lola Vice has like 3 challengers now. And after that, Kendall Gray is very upset with Lola Vice. She shoves her, and then Izzy Dame takes a cheap shot at Lola Vice, poses over her with the belt to end the show. So I thought definitely the women's division is the best part of NXT right now. It's very strong still, and that's definitely the best part. Enjoyed Kendall and Kalani had a hell of a matchup. If anything, you're not going to, the show itself, you can forget about it. It's definitely a missable show until the main event. I'd highly recommend going out and checking out that main event between Kendall Gray and Kalani Jordan. I like Kalani. I think she has potential. I think she could have easily been called up. But Kendall, man, she is a superstar. She can be the top female star in the company. Like, I think she can have the Rhea Ripley position. That's how highly I think of Kendall Gray. But that was definitely the show. The best part of the show was the main event. The rest was kind of forgettable. If you can skip NXT, accept the main event. Definitely go out of your way to watch Kalani Jordan versus Kendall Gray. They had a great match.